That familiar tightness gripping your chest during stressful moments. You know it, right? That mental chaos preventing any restful sleep? That perpetual concern for the future that robs your present? Consider this. A single 3-word phrase exists that can vanquish anxiety right as it begins. This phrase is so impactful that brain scientists have examined its neurological effects, with findings that will permanently transform your stress management. Though before revealing this expression, I'm asking you to act without delay. Hit the subscribe button and activate notifications, as what follows might distinguish between perpetual anxiety and authentic mental tranquility. This video originates from compiled scientific research from worldwide academic institutions and freely accessible public health materials, offering updated information particularly suited for individuals over 60. Let me present you with a straightforward question at this moment. What fraction of your time has been devoted to anxieties about situations that never occurred? What number of wonderful experiences have you overlooked while your mind dwelled in a make-believe future or hurtful past? The reality stands that anxiety cannot exist in the now. It's unable to. Anxious feelings constantly revolve around either future scenarios or past experiences. It nourishes itself from moments that don't exist in this instant. This is the point where everything transforms. The words that dissolve anxiety are merely these. I am here now. A trio of words. Merely 9 letters. Unlimited power. When you articulate these words with true consciousness, something phenomenal happens in your cerebral system. Studies employing functional brain imaging indicate that present-moment consciousness swiftly reduces the amygdala's activity, where fear resides, while simultaneously elevating the prefrontal cortex's function, which handles reasoning and emotional management. Though this isn't merely a matter of neurotransmitters. This means rescuing your life from the rule of illusory threats. Contemplate this idea. In this particular moment, are you safe? Not tomorrow, not next week, not in the scenarios your mind creates at 3 a.m. Presently, generally speaking, the answer is yes. At this moment, you're taking breaths. In this instant, you're protected. In this very moment, you hold everything necessary to be completely present. The majority of individuals beyond 60 bear years of collected anxieties. We've been through enough to realize that challenging events are possible. We've known sorrow, disillusionment, and bodily health struggles. Due to these experiences, our consciousness becomes excessively alert, perpetually searching for upcoming dangers. This is what those in psychology identify as anticipatory anxiety, and it's incredibly tiring. It feels like marathon running while being completely motionless. Your physical system can't distinguish between actual dangers and invented ones. While fretting about tomorrow's medical checkup, your heartbeat accelerates, blood pressure climbs, stress hormones overwhelm your system, just as if the threat were current. This constant stress doesn't simply feel bad. It actually expedites aging and debilitates your immune system. Something remarkable emerged from Harvard research studies. As individuals consistently practice present awareness, their systems generate reduced cortisol, the main stress chemical, and increased DHEA, frequently termed the longevity hormone. Just by bringing your attention back to now, you're literally choosing health over disease, peace over chaos. I'd like to relate a narrative that exemplifies this wonderfully. Robert, a man of 72, passed his days overwhelmed with anxiety regarding his heart problems. Each morning brought pulse checking, sensation monitoring, and the conviction that any day could be his final one. His partner saw him fading into the stress prison until one afternoon, positioned in his garden, he spotted a butterfly touching down on a neighboring flower. For just a few seconds, his mind went completely quiet. He experienced no anxiety about his heart. The next day wasn't on his mind. He merely watched this butterfly, completely in that instant. And in that instant, he understood something significant. His anxiety wasn't offending him. It was blocking him from experiencing life. From that moment onward, each time anxiety emerged, he'd tell himself, I am here now, and direct his focus to something in his present surroundings. Some sound, a bodily feeling, his respiratory rhythm. Eventually, this elementary practice altered his life more dramatically than any pharmaceutical had. Now, I want you to pause this video for just 5 seconds and try this yourself. Articulate verbally, I am here now. Recognize your body resting in the chair. Become aware of air on your skin's surface. Notice the auditory sensations surrounding you. Observe how rapidly your worry subsides when you truly become present. This doesn't involve positive affirmations or denial. This represents something significantly stronger, actual reality. The now is the sole moment with actual existence. Everything else exists as either past recall or future invention. When you truly get this, not just in your mind, but in your very being, anxiety loses its power over you. You understand you've been distressed about things that literally have no current reality. And before we proceed, I need your help in distributing this information. Post a comment with a digit 1 if this resonates with you, or 0 if you're doubtful. Your engagement enables this video to reach people who badly need this wisdom. At this juncture, let's consider how to implement this phrase effectively, particularly when anxiety is strong. The important thing isn't employing it as a weapon to battle anxiety, attempting to force worry away. Instead, use it as an anchor, a gentle reminder to return home to the present moment. As you sense anxiety growing, pause briefly. Draw a gradual breath. Speak, I am here now, either aloud or in your mind. Then involve your sensory awareness. What appears in your sight? What sounds are present? What can you feel? This simple practice interrupts the anxiety spiral before it gains momentum. Neuroscience shows us that you can't simultaneously be fully present and fully anxious. They're opposing conditions. Presence banishes anxiety just as light banishes darkness, not by resisting, but merely by being present. For those beyond 60 years, this technique proves particularly beneficial since we frequently bear not only present concerns, but also gathered anxiety from decades of difficulties. We may worry regarding physical health, financial situations, our children or grandchildren, or diminishing independence. These are real concerns, but worrying about them doesn't solve them. It simply keeps us from savoring the good times still available. Action fixes issues. Presence brings us tranquility. Worrying does none of these. Here's what renders this phrase so life-changing. It works at once, costs absolutely nothing, generates no side effects, and can be used in any place at any time. Thus, here's the challenge I'm presenting. Whenever you perceive anxiety forming, implement the phrase, I am here now. Pronounce it with conscious intention. Ground yourself in your senses. And here's what I want you to do right now.